If you want the best start to your ARK playthrough, unlike last time in the southwest, then this is exactly what you need to do, as if a noob like me can pull this off, then you will have no problems, as we easily tame one of the best starter creatures on Ragnarok. But now that you've liked and subscribed, let's get straight into this episode. After last time's mishaps, I wasted no time making use of the many rocks and trees nearby, crafting up tools and weapons to keep me safe from the oncoming compies, and soon enough, I was already crafting wooden foundations to protect me from any later threats, but other than a few compies and a pego, there was nothing putting me at risk, and I was free to continue gathering as many materials as I could. Home base began to grow, as I now had a bed to respawn at, and a wall at least, but I was in no rush to fully complete it, as this felt like I was in easy mode compared to the desert. Killing plenty of nearby dinos, I had lots of meat now, so I began cooking it up whilst making a refining forge to start smelting down some metal. Whilst everything was cooking, I went out in search of more meat, so that I could start crafting more and more narcotics and trank arrows to tame a new dino. However, a wild moss chops passed by and wanted some tinto berries, so I did just that, and my new berry collector, Moss Chops, was helping me collect all of the berries. Also, if you've not seen the program Moss Chops, listen to the theme and tell me it's not the best television theme song to date. However, now that we had plenty of berries and we're now making narcotics, trank arrows were next, and whilst those were crafting up, I took out Moss Chops to help me gather more stone and wood for a little something, as I spotted an Argentavis on the beach. After a lot more gathering and building, I placed down some gateways and began firing to get the bird's attention, and super easily, I got him in, placed the gates and slipped out of the gap, trapping the Argy and leaving me free to fire my arrows at her. But to make this all the more better, she was level 140, so if I had enough and could knock her out, this would keep me safe for a long time, and would be even better to help take me around the island more safely, keeping me away from any danger or getting me out of it when needed. After a lot of arrows, my Argy was out cold, and I went around to hunt for more meat to make sure we had plenty to feed her, but as an Ichthyornis stole mine, I got a blind shot in the dark.
Did you do
taking it out of the sky and getting all of my meat back, and more. My hope was to find some kind of prime meat, so leaving my tame, I headed out further, finding a pack of hyenodons, which luckily gave me some to start it off, but as it ate through them quickly, I was left with no choice but to finish it off for now with some normal raw meat as I hunted for some more. I spotted another Argentavis, and trying to decide whether I wanted to tame this one after or kill it for its prime meat, I voted option B and began firing to help tame mine faster, which, after a long chase, many arrows fired and lots of backtracking, this level 95 was taken out and were placed back in my tame as I sat and waited. Checking up on my meat cooking and making a smithy, I crafted myself some metal tools, made more narcotics and a crossbow until finally, after a long wait, my Argentavis, Opal, was tamed, and I now had a strong flying mount. Just no way to actually fly it yet, so I tested her out on the local trikes, gathering some keratin for when I was finally ready to craft a saddle. After we got back, I packed everything away, waited for my metal to smelt before calling it a night on a much more successful run of Ragnarok. But if you'd like to see more of me inside of ARK, be sure to catch up on the previous episode or my live streams,